Hey, Pooper Stars. Hey, hey, hey. Good morning, good morning. Get up in here, scoot up in here, hit the like button. I'll be right back. I'm be fresh as hell. Let the fans watch. I'm be fresh as hell. Let the fans watch. Baby, that's my theme song right now. Hey, and I'm sticking to it. Oh, God damn it, I'm saying I'm sticking to it. I'm sticking with it and with it and with it. Mm-hmm. True story, true story. True, nothing but true. Women having stories around. Yeah. Hey, so true. So shout out to that. I said, shout out to that. Oh, So life is good. Life is amazing. And God is good too, all the time. I said all the time. Oh. You better tell somebody, okay? I just need you to tell somebody, okay? I'm still here. You know I like to leave them hanging. Yes, baby, just like a little picture. I like to leave them hanging sometimes. It just is what it is. That's just me, okay? I wouldn't be me if I didn't leave them hanging sometimes. So shout out to that. And whoever this is in the comments, good morning and shout out to you too. I don't really um spend a lot of time with comments reading, but I do. I read every single comment, um, every single time. So shout out to that. Now anyway, good morning, good morning, good morning. Oh my God, my skin looks amazing this morning. Oh, shout out to that. It do. Hype me up. I hype me up. Yes, and I'm enough. Even when I'm still getting, cause I'm still getting up, child. Get the check up. Period. I don't know who needs to hear this now. Now, hold on. I said, now just hold on. Shoot, if you got the privilege to lay back down, then lay back down. Yeah. Want one? Let's talk about it. Go ahead, lay down. Get back in bed. This ain't for you. Yes, Miss Presser girl. I said rest. Oh yeah, you looking good. Oh yeah, you looking good. But if you like me and you got to get up. Oh no, let's talk about it. I said if you got to just get up. You don't have no, you don't have the luxury of just laying around, lounging around. Okay. Well then I said, little mama, work. Oh yeah, you looking good. Oh yeah, you looking good. Period. Make it look good, mama. Mm. Shout out to that. That's all I can tell you. Make it look good, okay? Period. Now, ooh, I'm talking that talk this morning, but listen, yesterday was not pretty. Okay, it was not pretty. Now, it wasn't like that. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like that. It wasn't like that. I said it just wasn't like that. But your girl had you know what I'm saying? Your girl had a la. I don't know what you call it, but it was a la. I said, I said, I did. I said, well, what was that about? But it is what it is. I just be, you know what I'm saying? I be pumped. Kind of like, remember that Reebok shoe when they used to play around with the basketball? Child, I'm an 80s baby. Yeah, I don't know what to tell you. I'm an 80s baby, and like, it was a time. Oh, it was a time, child. Like, that was a time to be a child. Like, we was growing up outside. We grew up outside, okay? 80 babies. We literally was outside. That's crazy. Mm, mm. Shout out to that. Just the thought of being outside like that. Yeah, like that, like that, like that. Hold on. Hold up. Where the freak is my folder? Oh my. Is this it? This don't look like it's it. This ain't my folder, I don't think. Oh, Jesus Christ. Y'all, hold on. Scoot up in here, though. Get comfortable with me. I just have an important folder missing. Let me see something right quick. This is crazy. Oh, Jesus. Hold on, y'all. God. Wait. Hold on. Child, I found it. Ooh, thank you, Jesus. I found it because down was about to go crazy. Yeah, I like I was, I wasn't gonna be able to like. But anyway, child, because I probably was, what's this and talk about a house, a lot of sugar, coulda, woulda, but so I don't know. Yesterday I just wasn't. I just felt like, yeah, I think I was just tired. Honestly, I think I was just tired because I ended up getting some really good sleep. I ended up getting some really good sleep, and now I just feel, usually like I feel like I always do, every morning, even though I'm really running late today. Shout out to that. I do. Yeah, I ran a little late today. I was about to apologize to my audience, but I don't really have to, because um like my pooper stars know I talk to them on the regular about being an entrepreneur and just figuring things out, and figuring things out and as I go and how things won't be perfect and stuff like that. So, I don't necessarily have a set time actually for this podcast. Truthfully, I feel like, once we start getting more listeners in and stuff like that, then, then we can be about like scheduling and stuff like that. But right now I don't have time to commit. No, I don't have time to commit to a lot of people's schedules, if that makes sense. I just don't. So I'm figuring it out as I go, y'all. I really got a lot of sleep. Well, not a lot of sleep, but I got some rest last night. And I would assume I needed it because, like, I started complaining about just resting. I wanted to rest. That was my main complaint. I just taking some time. And y'all know I was telling y'all, you know what I'm saying? But remember I was saying like I want to be by a pool with a drink with my man, just that. And so, I was just saying that, but I didn't realize, like, yeah, so that's the same thing I was saying, but I was saying it more like, I'm ready. You know what I'm saying? But I'm glad that spring is about to come and that opens up doors for a lot of different things. Okay, Miss Special Crowd. But I would say this. I'm an adult. I am. And adulting still gets hard. It does. Truth is, that's what a lot of people fail to realize. People think that people should have it all figured out, and that's crazy to me. Now, when I was young, I thought the same way. Now that I'm older, I just give people way more grace in way more different, in a lot of different areas, if that makes sense. But adulting, again, being an adult, it gets tough sometimes, especially when you're expected to handle some of the heavy things that you're expected to have handle in this lifetime, for real. But anyway, I don't want to get into all of that because, that's really not the direction that I was headed. Actually, and factually, I just really wanted to talk about, being an adult now and what that looks like to me. And kind of like what I was telling y'all, yesterday. It looks like way more or less people pleasing, right? And just leaning into more of like what I feel, what I think, you know. Um, it's like you start to take more of your power back, you know, and I don't know where that word came from because that wasn't even the word that I was thinking of, but it is what it is. It seemed like it fitted, but like, no, seriously, things just get really, really different. if that makes sense. At least that's been my experience. Like I was telling my show's executive producer yesterday. I'm like, I just I'm in a place now where I just really rather have money. You know, like that's where I'm at. That's where I'm at with it. Um, I don't need a lot of stuff, if that makes sense. And that's the truth. You know, you want the truth, you got to be able to handle it over here with me. I'm over stuff, if that makes sense. I just want the money, and I don't care. Like, I don't care what it is. You can really pretty much name it. And I'll be like, yeah, no, I don't want that though. I'm in an age where I just, let me quit saying I'm at an age. But that's how it feels to me. Like every birthday feels like it brought me a little bit more towards, a little bit more growth, okay, and threw me a little bit more maturity. It's like almost like now these birthdays just, I don't know, they throwing out lifelines, for real. Yeah, I don't know. I can't explain it. But the 40s have been the shit for me. Okay. Like literally, the shit. Yeah, so shout out to that. Shout out to everybody that, punch that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just said, if you just punch that, like, it is what it is. Like, I'm talking about the people who hit 40 before I did, and because they know, not everybody's life is different, but, I can't explain it. But it's like Drake said, it's just something they know, period. So shout out to that. But like, yeah, I'm at an age where right now I don't need a lot of stuff. And then, traveling. Remember I was telling y'all, I used to always turn down trips. And I was like, I don't want to do that. Now I'm ready to go. So that's another thing too. Um, but the crazy part about that is, child, y'all know. I don't want to I don't want to go do nothing but go eat, enjoy myself, come back home. It just is what it is. Like, it's the experience. It's the experience for me. But I really don't want to do too much. I want to do a little cutting up, and then I want to chill. I want to go back to what I've been doing, stacking, hibernating. You know, um, planning, grinding, figuring it out. It is what it is. Piecing things together. Um, yeah, but to be where I am right now is such a humbling experience. It is. It's a humbling experience, and it's just, I don't know. I just feel blessed, you know, uh, to see things just a little bit differently now, because I'm way more self-aware, with my coin. True story. True story. And it's crazy too, y'all. Hold on, y'all know we scoot up. We politicking. It's your girl Shay Renee, and this is my podcast. Happy Thursday, everyone. It's February the 12th. It's your girl, Shay Renee. This is my podcast, Politic and Hour. Scoot up. I'm in the building. All right, everybody. Now, I want to switch gears, okay? And, like, yeah, stick with that Tasha K. Now, speaking of Tasha K, shout out to her. Uh, Tasha. Y'all, this is so freaking funny to me. Now tell me why your girl. Y'all, because y'all know I'm here, there. I'm everywhere to get the tea. So shout out to that. Like, listen, stick with me. Stick with me because I'm telling you, I don't miss nothing. So shout out to that. Like, no, baby, I don't miss a thing for real. Like, you know. So shout out to that. But like, y'all, tell me why I ran across this one little fact. And I was like, oh, that's funny. I definitely got to tell my boo stars that so we can laugh and hee hee ha ha. I said, that's crazy. I was like, Lord, Cardi B can't catch a break. Cardi B cannot shake Tasha K. Okay? Period. She just ain't been able to shake her, child. She just ain't been able to shake her. So anyway, y'all, tell me why I found out. Okay, this how I found out. Okay, so Tasha K is doing some type of promotion or promoting or she doing something. You know what I'm saying? Something. Getting ready for her birthday. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to that. Shout out to her. But like in the midst of it, you know, like so that's how I found out. I don't know, she throwing a party. I don't know, she got something going on for her birthday, but she ended up saying what day her birthday is, which I never really knew when Tasha K's birthday is. Now I knew I knew her birth. I know that her birthday is in March. You know what I'm saying? But I never really knew, when it was, shot the exact day. But this time, I'm here, I'm there, I'm everywhere, and I actually got the day. Child, and I immediately was like, oh my God. I said, I know you fucking lying. So basically Tasha K is like I said, she's a March baby. Okay. And she look inside. So the inside of me, I just did what it is. No, but like for real. She said her birthday. She said her birthday is March the 14th, y'all. Hey, guess who else? Guess who else's birthday is March the 14th, child? Cardi B's best friend. Y'all, when I found that little fact out, I was like, oh, wow. I bet you they hate that. Oh, I bet you they hate that. That is so crazy to me, y'all. For real. That is crazy to me. Okay? Let me say that again. Tasha K is born on the exact same day as Cardi B's best friend. Do you know what that means? Child, do you know that means they can't even really celebrate real good without Tasha at least doing the electric slide through one of their fucking mind? Probably Cardi B's, if I had to guess. You know what I'm saying? If I had to guess, it's probably Cardi. You know what I'm saying? The friend probably ain't thinking about Tasha on her birthday, but no, that is just so weird to me, so strange. And then another thing, I'll take it a step further because that's what I do. Yeah, shout out to that. Yeah, I know that's just what I love to do. If Tasha K and Cardi B's best friend is born on the exact same day, child, it's possible that they think alike and are so much alike and go figure. They probably act alike. They probably think alike. So in other words, it's just like she dealing with another version of Tasha K. And I take it a step further. So imagine Cardi B venting to her bestie, right, about Tasha. And I'm not saying that this happens, but I could see it happening. You know what I'm saying? Just because, my common sense tells me that it probably, is like that sometimes. I could see Cardi B venting to her best friend about Tasha K, and regardless of what comes out of her mouth, okay? Let me say that again. Regardless of whatever comes out of her mouth, I could see her like on the inside part. Yeah, that inside part probably be screaming, "Oh, but she right, yeah." Like for real, I could see it. I could see it all day long. Because if they have the exact same birthday, then they probably think a lot alike. You know what I'm saying? So like I said, like imagine you trying to vent to your homegirl about some ish, and like really deep down inside, she in other words, it's hard. I would think that it's hard for her to like really hear Cardi B out and see things from her friend's perspective for real, because like you're similar in character, you're similar in thoughts, you maybe in other words, you will do it the exact same thing. Like that's how I feel. Like your bestie. So in other words, no, this is not actual and factual. This is just I don't know, I guess you could say an opinion, or I don't know the right word. An assumption. Yeah, shout out to that. This is just like an assumption. Because like, no, I am not exactly the same as a lot of my Capricorn friends. I'm not. Cause I have 2 Capricorn partners for real. And like, I don't consider us exactly the same. No, I do not. But I do find us to be similar in a lot of, in some ways, and that's, 2 different people. So anyway, shout out to that. Run with that, do with that information, whatever you feel. But like, in other words, I just feel like, I just feel like if they born on the exact same day, 9 times out of 10, a lot of their ways and views and all that shit is the same. So it's like they're one and the same almost. So imagine you trying to talk about how the next chick move and how the next chick go about things, but like your bestie is the exact same way. Like I don't know how else to, you know what I'm saying? I don't really know how else to put it like that. But I will say this: I do think that I think that there are some similarities with them both. For instance, you know, if you let Tasha K tell it, you know what I'm saying? You gonna have to whoop Tasha ass. True story. If you let her tell it, In other words, Tasha be like, how can I put it? It's like she be like, she a Florida girl. She a Florida girl. She got that stand your ground shit down. Okay, like that's how she, that's what she says. You know what I'm saying? In other words, like, listen, I do what I do, but like, don't think it's sweet. Like, we can box type ish. You know what I'm saying? Like, we can do the damn thing. Not to mention, it is a video of Tasha scrapping, you know what I'm saying, in the club. Or whatnot. And I will say this. Shit, the way Tasha was stumping that foot with that heel attached to it, I don't really think, you know, she give too much fuck. Too many fucks. For real. You know? Truth is. So like, but Cardi B homegirl is the same way. She don't give no fucks either. You know, so like they kind of remind me of each other. You know, in that instance. You know what I'm saying? They kind of remind me of each other in that instance because both of them act like they gonna get down for their crown, you know, when it's time. Period. You know, like you might walk over here, but you're gonna be limping type ish on your way back home. You know, on your way back to wherever you come from. You know, like they both give that vibe. Don't even get me started on the bestie. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know the bestie thinks she a bad mama jamma. And you know, thinking about it and touching on the topic, I don't think I've ever really even. Now, I'm not saying she haven't. I'm not saying she haven't, because I'm sure she has. It was too much BS going on for her not to. But I ain't never really even seen the besties talk about Tasha K like that. You know what I'm saying? I don't see her. I have never saw her say nothing about Tasha K. That's not saying she won't, and that's not saying she haven't. But I'm just saying, like, them people is born on the exact same day. I was like, oh, okay. Yeah, that's some reality for your ass right there. I thought that was kind of funny and weird. I was like, oh my God, Cardi can't catch a break. Like, she can't shake this woman for real, you know? So that was crazy to me. I said, all right, come on then. Come on with the fact shit, with the facts, Shay Renee. But then anyway, to switch gears, I'm about to switch gears when I get back, y'all. Y'all scoot up, hit the bumper car. Hit the like button. I'm almost done here. I got about like 10 more minutes. Yeah, I'm getting my blue face on this morning, and I'm a dip. But y'all give me a second, because I got one more thing I want to talk about. Hold on, 1 second. Hey, Poopa Stars, I'm back. I'm back like I act. Shout out to that. Child, I'm still here. I'm just doing what I need to do because I'm finna have to dip soon. I told y'all that, but I did want to talk to y'all about Cardi B before I left. So shout out to that. Cardi B stuns everybody yesterday. Well, not really, not really, because I will say this, how people be working on stuff. They tell you. They be like, I'm working on something, and I can't wait for y'all to see. You know what I'm saying? So like that's kind of how it was for real. She didn't say what it was. I didn't have no clue what it was, but Cardi B seemingly, to our surprise, was working on a hair care line or something like that. So I forgot that Grow Good, I believe that's what it's called. Grow Good Beauty or something like that. Shout out to Cardi B and shout out to that. Now, there was a lot of buzz, there was a lot of buzz around her announcing that she's working on a hair care product, and people had different opinions. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it for real. I feel different ways. One, congratulations to her. Two, will I be buying it? I don't know. I might. I might. But I will say this: a lot of people was like, "Man, Cardi B then gang y'all," whatnot, whatnot, um, basically people were saying that um they were saying that Cardi can, act like, in other words, they was just saying that like she doesn't have the same kind of hair as a lot of people that she's promoting that to. So, you know, they just really iffy about it. And I will say this, that makes me iffy too. It just is what it is. Cause somebody was saying that like it's genetics. Don't fall for it. It's all genetics. I don't know how true that is. So please don't come for me. And that's not me saying it. I said somebody else said that. You know, but I will say, uh, Child, know my kid, I'm trying to get with this shoe so quick and so fast. It's not even funny. But like, yeah, y'all jump in my comments and let me know how y'all feel about it. Like I said, y'all know I'm on a hair care. I'm on a new hair journey. You know, with my hair or whatnot. Just trying to get it as healthy as it can get and grow it out. And I don't know. I really don't know. You know, like this probably gonna have to be continued. True story. You know, truth is because y'all know I was just telling y'all that like I was just telling y'all about my avocado, how I had just started using an at-home avocado mask and how it was leaving a little pulp in my hair, and so I was like I'm thinking I'm gonna switch it up. I just told y'all that like on Monday. And so like supposedly, because I think that's what Cardi B is coming out with, an avocado mask for hair, allegedly. So that's crazy. I was like, okay, Cardi, I feel you, Cardi. In other words, it seemed like I need to keep putting the avocado mask on my head. That's what I took from that. But again, do I know and feel like her hair care products are gonna grow our hair out? I don't know. I really don't. I would just have to use them, you know. But I will say this: a lot of people feel like, you know, like people that aren't mixed with anything might not have the same results, you know. It just is what it is. But so yeah, like I just feel like everybody got to do they do diligence when it comes to spending our money. You know, it is what it is. We really just gotta do our due diligence and be smart. Shoot, just be smart and make really, really smart decisions. Shoot, it just is what it is. Because I can see how, you know, I could see how that can work. You know, like this mixed girl selling this hair product that ain't finna, you know, give lots of people the same results as what she got. You know, I definitely see that. Sure. So it just is what it is. But anyway, y'all, it's your girl Shay Renee. I came, I saw, I conquered. And now I'm out. Y'all have a good day. Happy Thursday.